Yeah, see the dawn. Keep in mind podcast.
So I know, get the recipe.
Look, keep it in mind and keep in mind podcast. Keep it in mind and keep in mind podcast. Keep it in mind and keep in mind podcast. Yeah, you better keep it in mind. Let me introduce you to the crew. You got my boy Black, always dressed as something new. You got my boy Jerry, but you better call him Jay. And you got Air Max Rich and Air Max Kicks. What's the topic of the day? What they gon' ask? You gon' find out when the camera go flash. Take a few sips from the bottle or your glass, and we finna take a trip. Tell a story from your past. Yo, ladies, which sign do you like less? And yo, fellas, which sign get the best neck? I heard Scorpios dead have the best sex. But in my mind, them Aries be the best, yup. Keep it in mind, the Keep in Mind podcast. Keep it in mind, the Keep in Mind podcast. Keep it in mind, the Keep in Mind podcast. Yeah, you better keep it in mind, Yeah, you better keep it in mind,
Alright. What's going on? Black, back up from your camera. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Yo. Alright, we live right now. We want to send out this link real quick.
We live, baby.
Yeah, we live.
We live for real?
Yeah, we
we
are.
live, baby. You ain't hear me?
Definitely said it, Jerry.
But how? What? What is this nigga? You ain't hear that he played the introduction song? Now I figured that's what he was doing. He started playing the song.
Yeah, you didn't hear the introduction song, Jerry?
You're lying, bro.
Why would I lie about this?
Why would he do that?
What? I'm confused. You don't want me to? I'm lost. Huh, Jay? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We good.
Oh, okay. I feel like Jerry's just ignoring me then.
Jerry, you can hear Rich? No, I don't see him, can't hear him, nothing.
What?
Yo, what?
You can't see me, hear me, or nothing?
Yo, this is crazy. This is hilarious.
Black.
I see myself as 3 on the screen.
So you don't see me?
Something.
But you hear me?
I hear you, only you. I see only you.
How? Come on, man. I'm not. This is Jerry. Here, back up. Jerry, join back up after. Tell Jerry to join back up after.
Crazy.
Jerry, join back in.
You can see me, right, Black?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm about to start sending this out because.
I've been sending it out already.
Huh?
That was funny.
It's always something, right?
Sega, my friend.
All right, Jerry should be back. All right, let's see.
Jerry's back. Jerry, you can see her now? Well, now I cannot. Oh, you unmute him.
What'd you say, Jerry?
I'm glad Black said something because I didn't. I was like, wait a minute, what?
No, unmute him. I seen that you was muted. Yeah.
All right, cool. So Jerry's here now. We good to go. All right, so I do want to start the show as quickly as possible, but I want to start it off by saying what up to everybody. What up to everybody that's joining in right now? I mean, I think the 4 people that's in here, we might be 3 out of the 4.
I'm not in there.
All right, so that's a good thing. Yeah, so I'm trying to get this out. But before we get started, I do want to say happy birthday to Jerry's wife. Shout out to her.
Happy birthday, Hetty.
Yeah, shout out to Hetty. Natasha Rodriguez said, "Not again." No, not again. This time we a little bit better this time. We figured out what the issue was.
Got it quicker this time.
Yeah, I got the look. Had the theme song play. How many podcasts you know got a theme song? You know what I'm saying?
I like it. I like it.
I
Yes.
didn't hear that, but okay.
I'm sorry, Jerry. I'm
That's
sorry.
crazy that Jerry didn't hear none of that though. I was so funny because you thought he was like, just ignoring you, but he's hearing me and I know and I'm hearing him, so I'm just like,
That's what I said. I was like, why is Jerry ignoring me? Like, what did I
all
do?
right.
I just saw Black. I was like, yo, I thought you was doing a whole nother reset, bro. I was
So
like,
that's
I'm about to be
crazy.
like,
You
yo,
didn't hear the intro, nothing.
that's crazy. It's all good. I'll see it I'll see it when it comes out. Don't worry.
All right, say less, say less. All right, well, fellas, I want to get this started. All right, Natasha is if production flops again, Richard is fired. LOL. Nah, actually, I think production is gonna go pretty well this time. Honestly, I think it's looking pretty good.
We got it under
Yeah,
control.
we fixed the problem, yo.
Yeah. So, let's get this going in 3, 2, 1. Hey, yo, what up, everybody? This is Keep in Mind podcast. It's your boy Max Rich, and I got my boy Jay
Was good. Was good.
and my boy Black. You know,
Yes, sir. What's good?
and we here to talk about what's going on in the world nowadays in dating and in current events and all of that. You know what I mean? First thing I want to talk about. You know what I
You
mean?
didn't tell him who you were, Rich.
Huh?
You didn't tell him who you were.
I did. I said it's your boy Max Rich. What else is
Oh.
it? Yeah. I didn't get project manager. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say. Like
I need to get the title.
yeah, word. I'm like I don't know what you want me to say, but on some shit. My first thing I want to talk about, as you know, me and Black share memes all the time and all that different stuff. Just the other day, I sent him and a couple of my guys that meme that's been going around with and if you're in here by the way, if you're in here right now, please make sure you share this with a friend that would be interested in this. What's it called? Share a meme that said one gorilla versus 100 men. Who do you think would win in a fight? In a fight?
Right.
Like, and a lot of people were saying
Bare knuckle, like no weapons.
no weapons.
No weapons.
100.
100 men.
No
100 men versus 100 versus one gorilla. All right,
Of 100 gorillas.
Black, I'm gonna go to you first. Black, I'm gonna go to you first. I want to know why you feel the way you feel, and yeah, tell us. All right.
So first, when I first heard it, I'm like a gorilla would kill all of us. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, a gorilla would just literally take apart and pick up every single man one by one apart and kill them. So then, you know, as the day was going along, I started getting research and I seen some shit that Chat GPT said that it could actually happen. So then I started just doing some research and I changed my mind. 100 people versus one gorilla, like, maybe not the biggest gorilla. Let's say an average size gorilla. Like, just not a really small gorilla, not a really big, an average gorilla.
They said silverback, bro. They said silverback.
No, they did not. They said gorilla.
Nah, they said silverback.
They said silverback. They said gorilla. They said gorilla. They said a gorilla. So let's say like a middle-sized
No,
gorilla.
well now you putting parameters on it.
No, I'm not. The gorilla's still gonna be big. The gorilla's still gonna be big. So a mid-sized gorilla, say it's like 6'4".
Yo, not the mid-sized gorilla. Is
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like 6'4", say it's like 700 pounds. That was just big as shit. And it still moved like a gorilla. So 100 people we could do it. We could do it. Will there be casualties? Of course.
Absolutely.
No doubt. No doubt. There's gonna be casualties. But 100 people, we got this. We're taking the gorilla out. I'm riding.
Jerry,
I'm not gonna be like the first 40 people to go. I'm gonna be in like the second wave. But we got this. So I can live to talk about it.
Jerry, what about you? How do you feel?
Yo, listen, man. I think it's kind of ridiculous, but you know, it is something everyone's talking about. Man, 100 men, because it was 100 men versus one gorilla. That's and that's what, as far as I read, and they don't have any weapons. They're just, you know, just bare fists or whatever, brute force. And I was saying to myself, you know, overwhelming the gorilla is definitely a possibility. Just like, you know, kind of like what Black is alluding to, at least that's how I feel. I feel like, you know, if all 100 men rush this gorilla, there's gonna be a whole bunch of casualties.
Oh,
But
yeah.
sooner or later, the 100 men, or I might be like 60 left or 40 left, I guess.
And you got to think about it. Brothers,
Yo, Black,
they
you on the front
tired,
line?
They get tired easy, bro. They get tired easy. So yeah, they're gonna take a lot of us out, but then they're gonna be tired.
This is where we gotta. One gorilla's gonna take a lot of us out, bro.
Yes.
Yo,
They
hold
are.
on. All right, can I speak on this?
I'm just
Listen. I think that gorilla is beating the shit out of us, in my opinion.
100 men.
100 men. You know why? Because I was talking to my shorty about this. I was like, I understand. I don't know what you put into ChatGPT, and I could be 100% wrong. You know what I mean? I don't know what you put into ChatGPT, but all I know is, I even said I'd give you 100 of the strongest men on Earth versus one silverback gorilla, and I think we still losing because unless you have a way to combine the strength of all those men in the power of one punch or one person. Every individual is getting knocked over very easily. Like one swing is knocking over like a good 3 people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look,
I don't know.
There's gonna be casualties. Now remember, they're coming from pause behind the sides. People are gonna be people are going to die 100%. But after a while, it's gonna be overwhelming. It's 100 people, bro. It's gonna be overwhelming.
I mean, that's the one place I'm going with. It's if it's 100 people all rushing at one time.
Yes.
Gorilla is beating up like a good 10 people at you know what I mean?
Everybody, people just can't be scared. The thing about it, real talk,
you gotta have 10
be scared.
10 people gotta jump on the gorilla's back. 10 people gotta sacrifice themselves at all times. You know, the other, like we gotta have about 6 of them try to gouge out the eyes and go for the nuts and go for something that's gonna make the gorilla chill out for a bit. I mean, and then just try to overpower that shit, bro.
All right, check it out. That was just keeping it light, you know what I mean? But I do want to talk about this right here. There's Jerry. Just to move on, because that was just jokes, everybody. Yeah. If you out there and you joined in real quick, please make sure you drop a like, drop a comment. We really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. All right. Yeah. So I wanted to go over this right here real quick, which we cannot hear right now for some reason.
Yeah, you're gonna have to restart that. Stop.
What? What'd you say, Jerry?
I said we're gonna have to restart that so we can hear it.
Yeah, no, pardon me. Yes, you're right. Why can't I hear it though? This is great. I don't think I have the audio on that one, Jerry.
Oh damn.
Let me see something.
Right.
I didn't save the audio on that one. But yeah, here we go. Let's play this one.
Sugar mama, right?
What do you define a sugar mama though? We gotta make sure.
A sugar mama.
I want you to define a sugar mama.
Is a cougar with a bag.
No, it don't have to be cougar.
Okay.
See?
Well,
a cougar and sugar mama, two different things. Right.
Okay, a woman with a bag, right?
Who's willing to share.
Who's willing to
share her resources, which is all black women share. The numbers are the numbers. If black women have the most degrees, if we have the most home ownership, if we have the most education, and black men who I love, I rock with, will never date outside my race. But the bottom line is, the stats are the stats. It shows the less amount of degrees, the less ownership. So every black woman in her
y'all gotta get y'all money up.
We gotta stop. Y'all gotta get y'all money up. This is the ball episode.
Yeah, whether you like it or not.
I'm looking at these statistics. Hey, brother, y'all gotta get y'all money up.
Yeah. But if you're not getting it up, who been helping your black ass? Your woman? No, but we got to make sure, we got to be clear. Your woman, your mama, your auntie. So the audacity to sit up here and talk about what you don't like about black women.
Okay, if you a
I'm saying black women have been able to sustain. This is what the numbers show. To sustain.
I agree with
It's
that.
only black women. And I'm not talking about criminalizing
100%.
us. I'm talking about the whole thing. If it's a black
sure.
woman put their house up to get your ass out of jail, if it's a black woman helping you study at college, if it's a black woman giving you your keys so you can go do your job, if it's a black woman that's having your children. No, the bottom line is we have been the sugar mamas of the black community, of the culture. So for men to sit up and act like it's a bad thing when we've been holding it down, to act like it's a bad thing because we want a degree so you can focus on your trade or you can go get your, to act like it's a bad thing when I walk in the room as a virtuous woman. We got to change that conversation. And get.
All right. Now, fellas, how y'all feel about that right there? How y'all feel about that? I need to know, like, and y'all in the comments right now, let us know how y'all feel about that conversation about women always being the provider. If you think about it, if you look at it in the grand scheme of things. Jerry, let's go with you first.
Man, listen, I honestly cannot disagree with this woman, with this absolutely beautiful woman, and how she explained that. I do feel like women have always been that kind of provider in that sense for us, and especially our black women, and they have always wanted us to be the provider as far as the family goes, but when it comes down to the most educated, the people, the group of individual Americans making the most money, have the most homes, it's been black women. It's been black women for a very long time. I know whenever it came down to me needing a loan, and it was the family, I needed to go to a black. I needed to go to my grandma. I needed to go to my mom. I needed to go to. It's like they've always kind of been that for us, So it's weird that we do kind of, I don't know, we fantasize or romanticize this idea of a sugar mama being, a person who just has bad money and they have their own bread and they just kind of give us a lifestyle that we feel like we deserve. But if that's the case, man, all the black women in our lives are sugar mamas, and we kind of really need to put respect on their name.
Black, quick before you answer that question right now, right? I want to. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you answer, then I'm gonna add another part to it. Just, but you go ahead. You go ahead.
I guess like you want to call them like sugar mamas. Like I don't know. Like I understand what she's saying, but I feel like the definition of what like a sugar mama is a little bit different from what she's explaining. She's explaining a nurturing woman. You know what I'm saying? And she's just labeling it a sugar mama. What she's explaining is so much more than a sugar mama. A sugar mama is a person. Well, what my definition of what I think a sugar mama is just a woman who gives you money. You come around, she uses you for what she wants to use you for, and she gives you money for your services, like kind of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like that's what I think of a sugar mama. What she's talking about is her woman, is what a woman does for her man. I feel like that's very different, but I don't know.
What you just described is prostitution, Black, but
I mean, like, not here. The way I said it sounded prostitution-y. But
Prostitution-y.
Yo, my man was like, yo, they give you, he comes around.
But when I mean like services, I mean like
wait a minute.
I personally don't disagree with the sentiment that women are there, but I think that's more about being there for in my opinion, being there for their family and children, not necessarily being the provider. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like I feel like this, the whole idea of being the provider and all that. I feel like both people can be providers in a relationship in different ways and all that. And if it comes down to being sugar mamas and all that in a relationship and all that different stuff, it's like if you're in a relationship where you're always being the person who's giving or who's the only person donating some type of monetary value to the relationship, I think that might be a bit of an issue. You know what I mean? Even if like you make the most money, the person who makes the minimum amount of money can contribute where they can't contribute. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they can provide, and in that sense, they can provide. Because to a child growing up, if throughout their entire life, from the time that they can remember things, from like the age of 5 to like 14, they always remember that dad always got this for them whenever they went out, right?
Yeah.
And they'll have those memories of dad always did this after every time we went to the park. When asked about who's the provider in the home, they may not know that mom is the one paying all the bills, but they know that dad always does this for them and always pays for this. So in a sense, are they not a provider still? Because someone views them as a provider. Does that make any sense?
Listen, I can only speak from like experience, and I will say that in my experience, as far as like even with my marriage with my wife, man, when I first started out, I wasn't financially capable of doing anything to kind of advance our situation when we first met, and my wife seemed to be the one that had the better credit score, the more money saved up, the better paying job. It just seemed it was all her kind of helping the foundation be a little or a lot more sturdy in order for me to be able to get a foot, to stand on a foot in order to be able to do anything. Now it's kind of reversed, and I'm like appreciative of the fact that she kind of gave me all of that, because now I'm the one with the better credit score. I'm the one making the more of the money, and it's all because of all of this preparation and all of this help and all of this initial investment that my wife put into me personally. So I would say that, and I don't know too many men, including my dad or too many of my friends, who started out having the better financial advantage to be able to make moves that better the couple, or the better the two people as a family. So I don't know. For me, it's like it's always been like the woman has kind of always been prepared or ready to help raise and establish a family, and the men kind of catch up. We kind of make more mistakes along the way, and then after a while we kind of go, okay, like we got to get it together, or whatever the case may be. So that's the only reason why I kind of agreed with her in that video, is because it seems like a woman always had the idea to be the sugar mama, in the sense of, or be prepared to be able to provide. And then the man, of course, as far as like being a leader in the family, steps into that role, which I completely stand by and I'm behind. But I that's just for me personally. So that's why I kind of agreed with her, is that I don't know too many black men, or men for that matter, around that I grew up with, that were already set on their own, that didn't need that kind of a booster or help. So.
And I don't think, I didn't really like disagree with what she said though. I'm just saying, like, I don't think that's what a sugar, because she was trying to say that's what a sugar mama was, kind of thing.
Right.
Like, I don't think that's what a sugar mama is. But what she was saying, it was 100% true.
Right.
100%
Okay.
true.
All right. Well, Jerry, I got your video pulled up now, so let's go over this over here. I think that was very well said, Jerry. I think you kind of encapsulated in my whole thought process on that. So, and as you can see, Natasha Rodriguez agreed. She said that's been her experience. It's usually, I mean, that is, she's helping me get my shit together. So you know what I mean. So like it's not a lie. She's keeping it funky. You know what I mean. But all right, let's take a look over here real quick.
Provide safety for you, but you cannot reciprocate it for me. I deserve to feel safe too. A number of black men internally, their internal world is not safe. And yet you want me to provide you with safety that I don't even know for myself. When I say to you that you've harmed me, you give me this rigmarole, that's not safe. When I tell you I'm tired, you get so wrapped up in your responses that you don't even give me the space to be fucking tired. That's not safe. I say to you that I don't feel connected to you. I say to you that you are not meeting my emotional needs. I say to you that I do not feel the way that you talk to me is uplifting, and you continue to do it. That's not safe. But yet you want me to continue to go out in this world and come back and do all of this stuff. You don't want me. You want your idea of me. And if I don't fit that idea, you begin rejecting me. That's not safe.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
All
that was
right.
deep.
That was all right, Jerry. That was deep. That was deep.
Yeah, it was deeper than a motherfucker.
See the Don said whoosh.
Bro, that video hit me, man. It really did, man.
See the Don said something about to make me cry.
Well, when he was saying safe, that shit was coming with pain.
That was not safe.
I'm telling you, man. So yeah. So I really I sent that video, man, because I really wanted to have a conversation about, you know, what do our partners believe creating that safe space looks like, and if you know, and ladies in the chat, if you can honestly just describe what it is that you believe creating a safe space for your partner looks like, that would really be awesome. But I do agree with that, man, and I appreciate him saying that, because I feel like half the time I can't even express that, you know, even in my own, like, you know, and I have a wonderful marriage with my wife. I'm gonna preface this by saying that I just feel like it's, you know, I don't want no drama. I just want there to be an understanding that when I do feel these things, it doesn't seem like there is a safe space created for me to be able to even express those things. And I just want to know what that looks like, and you know, what are some of the ideas of how we can create a better space for men to be vulnerable like that, and not have to feel ashamed for it, or not have to feel like, you know, like we're less of a man because we're going through what we're going through, you know? So that's really my question. LOL preface, see the Don, yo. Listen, man, you gotta make sure you cover your motherfucking back, all right? Because I'm not trying to deal with this conversation for the rest of my life. But I really do want the you know, our masterminds, man, you know, please explain what creating a safe space for your partner looks like, so I could kind of, you know, get an idea of how to, you know, pretty much be more vulnerable, be more open. I feel like I want to, but I don't have the space to do it. So that's the reason why, you know, that video really resonated with me.
I mean, I'll say this. I feel as though something that I've experienced in past relationships and throughout my life is definitely oftentimes when a man is expressing themselves in regards to something, it often leads to something that they're expressing, often leads to something that upset them. And it's no longer about what the man was trying to express anymore. And it's not that I'm not even being heard, because it's not. I've never felt that way in my current relationship, that I'm not heard. But I do sometimes feel as though, like, in relationships, period, that I've been through, it's like I was trying to get a point across to you, and in getting that point across to you, something may have irked, something may have triggered you, and now we're no longer really discussing that, or we're trying to move past that as quickly as possible so we can get to what irked you about what I said. And now what I was trying to say is no longer even being addressed anymore, really, or not getting the full attention that it deserves, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? So that safe space conversation, and that it's not even just about having safe space to express yourself, but having the safe space to, if you're feeling vulnerable, as he said in the video, to be able to express that, because it's like you want protection, where it's like, where's my protection? And I feel as though when we say where's my protection, it leads to women now saying, oh, they're being sassy, which is also another way of how men don't feel protected, because it's like you will never have that moment where you can have a slight moment of vulnerability. You know what I mean?
You know what it is for me? You know what I do? You got to create your own shit. You got to create your own safe space. You can't expect them
without your partner, bro?
You can't expect them to create a safe space for you. It's never going to work like that, because like Rich said, there's certain things that you're going to say to them that is just going to trigger them, and it's going to be something else all the time.
I feel like that's the I feel like that would be part of the issue.
It's not a problem though. I don't think that's really like a problem per se, because like you said, it's just balance of shit, bro. Sometimes we gotta be our own shit. We can't ask them for certain things, like, you know what I mean? Just how they feel, just how you feel that they shouldn't have to ask you for certain things the same way. Like, we're men, bro. We just certain things we gotta create ourselves. Like, you gotta be able to go into your own safe place. Like me, if it's in the gym or if it's talking to Rich, like is you're gonna get it off that way. Like you can't like certain things you're not gonna be able to really
Well, I
go to
mean,
them for. It's just it is what it is.
but that's the problem I feel like we have with what you just said. It is what it is, but obviously we're seeing an issue with black men in particular, because I can't really speak for anybody else, but black men having like some of the worst cases of depression, having some of the worst, sometimes black men will be going through the worst of financial situations, or the worst of like situations in life, and you get what I'm saying? And we kind of have to chalk it up to this "it is what it is" thing. And I'm like, and we kind of understand that that doesn't help the situation, because black men are more depressed than ever. We're unhappy. We don't feel like we're appreciated. We're listened to. We are celebrated as much as we feel like we should be celebrated, especially with the job that we have been tasked with to kind of provide and protect our family. And so I do feel I don't want my wife to not think about the fact that I also feel fear, and I also feel doubt, and I also feel all these things that kind
Ooh.
of, when a woman kind of goes through that, they really rely on you to help them get through it.
Hold on.
And I feel like that kind of talking where you like it is what it is. It's a little dangerous, because then there are men kind of listen, we're killing ourselves. There are black men who are committing suicide at a more alarming rate now than ever before. And I
Hold
feel
up,
like
Jerry. Von Dutch said to because when you guys were stating how you guys would handle it, Von Dutch said that's gonna make me go to another woman for a safe space, and
oh,
and,
wow.
and I'm not disagreeing in the sense that, like, not saying that I would go to another woman. I think you should communicate with your partner that you're not getting what you need or whatnot. And I'm not saying that's what he said he wouldn't do or anything. I'm just saying, like, I want to make that clear. Like, you should communicate that to your partner that what your cup is not being filled in the sense that you need it to be filled in. You know what I mean? To have to create your own safe space is literally being by yourself for the most part. You know what I mean? If you can't,
Go,
if
Rich.
huh?
No, I said I agree. I agree with that statement. I
Yeah,
absolutely.
like you have to be able to talk to your partner, be vulnerable. Shit, if you gotta cry, be able to cry for certain things. Like whatever it may be. You should feel completely comfortable with your partner to express all those type of things, because if you can't, then like Von Dutch said, I'm gonna go somewhere where I do feel comfortable doing all those type of things. I think the support that's needed from a partner is like the utmost support. Like, this is the person that you live with, you sleep with, you maybe have a family with. I think that there's nothing off the table that you shouldn't be able to express to them at a certain point. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I feel about it. It sucks that in that video I disagree with that statement. Oh, okay. Why do you feel that way, R. Reed? Why do you
Go
feel
ahead.
that way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we want to know. We want to know. We
Uh,
want to
no,
know.
I- Listen, this is what I'm so happy that the chat is going off right now, because some people are saying R. Reed is saying create your own safe space environment for yourself. Don't ask for your peace of mind from anyone, which is kind of what Black was saying, which I'm kind of disagreeing with. Young Sensation 32 says many of us men dated a woman who didn't like you being yourself, but more so the idea of what a man should be, which alludes to what that man was saying. You want when you don't create that mutual safe space for that man to be able to express themselves, you are essentially saying that I want my idea of my man. I want my idea of a partner to the person. You're not allowing that person to, as a human being, be able to kind of relieve some of that stress that they might be holding on to with the person that they trust the most to be able to do that with. And that's where, it would be an issue for me to have to create my own space. If I'm in a relationship, like Rich said, then why is it that I have to create my own space? No, if that's the point, then let me be by myself. I'll create my own space by myself. I'll figure it out by myself.
I can be in my safe space all the time by myself. Like I'm always in my safe space. Like
exactly.
You know what I mean?
I'll know exactly what I need to do. But if I have all of these things as an issue, and I won't, it's not without getting crazy into like my marriage, but I feel like it's tough for me to even have that open air to be able to express certain things, if that makes any sense. There's just certain things that I feel like I don't touch, and yeah, it might be weighing on me the heaviest, but it just there isn't really a platform created in order to allow me to have some of that be in the open.
Is your safe space. Like certain things, like, listen.
Oh, my bad, everyone. Y'all were muted. My bad. That's my fault. That's my fault. Nah, it wasn't that long. It was just a few seconds, y'all. Just Rich clicking away. Yes, my bad, Pagans. Okay, all right. Wait, Ari, you never came back and told us why you disagree with that statement. You never came back and told us that. All right, my apologies.
Yo, he said it was mad long. Yo, he said it was mad long.
Come on. It wasn't that long. I was fixing something. I was getting something ready. My bad.
Thank you, Beggins. Beggins
nah,
like,
but what I'm saying
long,
is like all of those things. I'm not saying that you don't tell your partner all of these things, like things that you want, that you need from them, and those things like that. But I still got to create my own space, my own safe space. Like that's part of creating my own space. I'm telling you what I need. That's part of me creating my own space at the end of the day. When you're in it, like when we're together, you're around it. This is what I need. This is what I want.
And what if that's not receive? What if you are with someone who isn't receiving that, who is saying to you, "Yo, what are you crying about? What are you even talking to? Like, man up! Like, what's up? Like, you should like."
If she's telling like if you're telling your girl something that's telling you to man up, bro, what are you doing with her?
There are a lot of relationships like
Hold on.
That is the exact thing.
I want to say something about what Ari said about is codependency. I would agree with you 100% if I would have stated that a person can't have their own space to go over things, like having some type of self-reflection and all that. I never took that away. Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be comfortable in your own self, that you need someone else to make you comfortable in yourself. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if let's say you're a guy that all of a sudden you start having a foot fetish. You should be able to express that to your partner that now you got a foot fetish. I think that if this is the person that you're with and it's something that you've developed for some reason, for whatever reason it may be, I think you should be able to express that to that person. I think if your partner said something to you that was offensive or you took it a certain way where she spoke to you the way she spoke to you in public, I feel as though when you go and address that later on, she shouldn't be like, "Oh, why you acting like a, well, seriously, why you being so soft right now?" Maybe she won't call you out your name, but she might be like, "Oh, why you being so soft right now?" Instead of understanding like, "Yo, nah, I'm trying to have a conversation with you." You know what I mean? And that's what I mean in those senses when I say that you should be able to express all those type of things to your partner, in my opinion.
Listen, and I completely agree. I think we're speaking from, and that's what it ends up happening, because I feel like, not to say that we are not amongst the normal relationships. But I do feel like we are. At least for me, I can only speak for myself. I do feel like I am in a relationship. I am in a marriage in which I do have the opportunity to have that space. Now, whether or not I am comfortable with doing that is another thing, because I've been so used to not having that space that I had to kind of undo a lot of things. It was unpacking, right? But I would speak to a lot of my friends, man, and I do speak to I do know a bunch of married men in my life who are my friends who don't who look at me as if I'm an alien half the time. They're like, "Will you get to talk to your wife about your financial troubles when you're going through them?" And like you get, and they don't look at you and go, "So," like, I literally know a married couple in which the husband lost his job, and the wife still expected the husband to be paying all of the bills, and he was just trying to figure out how the hell that was going to happen when he lost his job.
She probably expected him to have had like some type of
right, like
saving nest or something like that,
savings or whatever the case may be. But the man, the man was expressing to me, how he's just like, he ran through his savings account. He lost his job. It's hard for him to find something that could accommodate what the lifestyle he helped
got for her.
With his,
probably that she fucking
and
built.
she's working a pretty decent job, but what's hers is hers and what's his is hers. So I'm just like, so you can't talk to your wife about this being like an issue, and you might have to like step in and you might have to help out. And he's like, nah, like what? Like I can't even imagine myself going to her and telling her that she has to, step up a little bit as far as paying the bills and shit. And I'm just like, for me, it was a wake up call that we're probably in rare relationships, and I can't speak for you guys, but I can speak for myself where it's like not like that, but at the same time, it's a whole bunch of us is going through this. So we really have to. That's why I wanted to have the conversation.
No, that's definitely a good conversation right there. Men definitely need a safe space to be able to communicate with their partners. I do want to make one last statement on that. I do also want to give fault to the men or women that decide to date people where they choose to give them a false identity of who they are, and not express the thing that they like, and not express, oh, I'm into this or I'm into that from the get go. You gotta take the blame. Those people gotta take blame for that. You can't be on the internet making videos about how much your partner doesn't like you and all that different stuff when you presented someone completely different to them. You knew she like you knew she liked gangsters, so you pretended to be a gangster. And now when she see that you're not a gangster and you into video games and anime,
you don't got no gun. You don't got no gun.
Yo, mad in the video games and anime. Don't do that, man.
Nah. Hey, listen. I'm just saying, like, I'm just keeping it funky. Like, hey, listen.
You to hold your gun for mad long. And you don't
so present your true self to people, and that'll let you know from the rip. Like, you know what I mean? That connects to so many things like rejection and all that. It's like, should you feel a way about being rejected by someone when you presented your actual genuine self to them?
That's what I'm trying to show you.
You know what I mean? Should you feel a way about that? You know what I mean? Like that should be a topic we have another time. But here I also want to speak about play this right here for us.
One accuser is suing $400 million. There's gonna be another girl that's gonna be like, well, I happen to me too. I need 20. Then another one's gonna come. I need 10. That's what you gonna see. I hope not too.
Signs of a show.
All right, this right here.
I think if a woman is in a
this right here,
people ask for based on who they want to be and not who they are.
There you go.
I think if a woman is in a position to where she's a leader, she do her thing. Like I'm not even talking about from a traumatic place. I mean, like she's been a leader, she's been an achiever, she's been a doer all her life. I think a lot of women like that get caught up in the macro idea that they're not supposed to be that. That some man is gonna come along and change that part of them because there's something wrong with it. Because a woman is not supposed to be a leader, because a woman is not. So then she's asking for a man to come in and lead, to come in and plan when that's who she is. Like, shorty, you really like that, and not in a bad way. You a f***ing boss. and you asking a nigga to come into your life and take your job, knowing that you don't want a man to come into your life and take your job. I think some women want a man to come. I think people ask for based on who they want to be and not who they are.
There you go.
But I think some just subscribe to the idea because every other woman says that. I think some women really are cool handling their own, whether it's with a man, whether it's without one.
Period. Absolutely.
And I think it gets pushed onto women so much that a man is supposed to be doing all that for you. A man should be handling that like, oh, you got the degrees, but no man. You got the job, but no man. And women get caught up in this idea like I'm incomplete now. Like I'm too aggressive now. No, shorty, you just got taught by some real ones that taught you how to stand on your own feet out here. And there's nothing wrong with that. You not less woman. You not more man for that. It's gonna be dudes who resonate with the energy that you bring, and they're gonna stand on that with you. The people who don't with but I think with it's only an unachieving individual, not even just a man. It's only an unachieving individual that do not with achievers, bruh. Other achievers with achievers, whether it's from a distance, whether they with the craft, whether they fuck with the methodology, they may not with the person individually, but other winners with winners, bro. So if a woman is a winner, like a man is gonna resonate with that and follow suit if he's a winner.
All right. Okay. Jerry, since you brought that to us, I want to know how you feel about that video right there. What made you decide to bring that up as a topic for today?
I mean, listen, I thought this was very interesting. I'm not too sure exactly the context in which he's talking about it, because at the end of the day, like I can speak for me. My wife leads in a lot of situations in the home and the family. It's not, she's always like, as far as what he's explaining, she's kind of always been that person that he was describing, right? A person who always plans and leads and bosses up and does all of that. But it would be a real issue if my wife was the person who said, you know what, I'll do that in this relationship or in this marriage, and you don't have to. Because for me, I'm just like, if that's the case, then you don't need me, and you don't want to be with me, because how I see it and how I believe it to be is that, you know, even if a woman has the abilities to lead and is a boss and is a winner, one of the reasons why she, you know, requires a husband or a man or a person in her life is to be able to kind of complete that circle, right? It's almost like if she's a leader and she does all of that, she still feels unfulfilled unless she has a person who can match that energy that she can kind of dish that off to in order to be able to do that for the family. So I mean, you know, I was all up and down with the way I felt with what he said. You know, I agree with him on letting a person who is a natural born leader, especially if it's your woman, do that. I just don't feel like, you know, it should be something where she's just like, don't come into my life and tell me that I can't lead anymore. Because
I get you.
I would, as a man, I'd be like, so then what the fuck do you need me for?
Black. Now on your end, how do you feel about that? Meeting a woman that's a leader, and do you agree with that sentiment that if she's a leader and you're a leader, that it shouldn't be an issue to not ask her to change her position?
No, you don't ask them. You don't gotta ask them to change their position. I kind of agree with that. Like, I kind of agree with like what he said too. It's like in certain situations, like if you know, like in this situation, you want to lead it. You want it done a certain way, and you want to lead it. Go ahead. Like that's not crazy. Like if we're throwing a party and you want to lead that, do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, if you're a boss, boss is not a one person thing. There could be more than one boss. You know what I'm saying? So you're the boss. Cool. You're a boss. If you're a boss, you're a boss. I don't think you should try to downgrade your girl. for your, because that's ego shit. Once you start doing that, like once you try to make her less than what she came into the relationship is, it's ego shit. Like why you want to make her less for? Why you want to put her under you?
What Von Dutch said, why does she have to change her position? Y'all can leave that y'all can leave in tandem.
I think he meant to say lead. I think that's supposed to say lead, but
okay. Y'all can lead in
yeah,
tandem.
exactly. Like that's what I'm saying. It could be more than one boss, bro. Like it don't gotta be she's the boss, and like no, we can lead in tandem.
By the way, everyone, we got 13 concurrent viewers in here. If you don't mind hitting that like button if you haven't hit it already, we really appreciate that. You know what I mean?
Also, send a friend.
Yeah, send us to a friend. Send us to a friend if you think they'd enjoy the conversation. I'll say this. If y'all haven't seen the interview from, I mean, out of all people, Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay, he had an interview with Cheryl Underwood, and on his interview with Cheryl Underwood, he had asked her about they were talking about dating people their age and all that different stuff, and they mentioned something. She mentioned something about who's the breadwinner, and who's the leader in the household. And Cheryl Underwood, in her position where she probably makes plenty of money, been a star for a very long time, she stated if she's with a man and he's a bus driver, he's still the breadwinner and he's still the leader of the household. Not because of anything monetary, but because of the fact that she chose the role of when she chose to be with a man, kind of like what you said, Jerry, where it was like, what am I there for? But just a little different from what you're saying in that she's okay with her being the financial leader, if anything, you know what I mean, or the financial provider. But you still have a place as the husband, Jerry, as the leader of the house because you are the man that she chose to be with. I think that was a very good way of looking at things when she expressed it that way, because it was like, listen, I as a woman can still be a boss, be a leader in my workplace and all that, but in the home, whether I'm paying all the bills, paying half of the bills, whatever it may be, my man is still the leader of the household because I chose to be with a man, and her role as a woman is to be in support of that man. So I think that was a very good way of looking at it, and especially in what he just said, like, if you feel I don't feel if you're a guy that's intimidated by a woman's success, why date a woman that's successful or more successful than you? It don't make any sense.
Go be a passport, bro.
I mean, listen, I can agree with. I like to put it this way. I kind of see the like to put it this way. I say all the time when it comes. I do agree with whoever said, you know, why can't y'all both lead in tandem? Because the way I see it, or the way at least I have it in my marriage with my wife, is that inside the home, my wife is the leader. But when it comes that, like, if it was to ever come down to aliens or anybody coming over and asking, bring out the leader of this family, of the house, it would be me that has to come out. I would
100%
have my wife to do that.
100%.
If my wife is inside the home, again, she makes the decisions, she can lead, she leads. I don't have no problems.
Facts.
Is a king and queen. But when it comes down to representing the my name and representing the family, representing my legacy, I lead.
I like that, Jerry.
If you don't see it that way, then you know you want to be by yourself, because it just doesn't make sense to me any other way.
Nah, that was well said, because I say the same thing. Like in my house right now, I mean, and probably forevermore, Tasha's the leader. Like, you know what I mean? Like most decisions, like there'll be times where it's like I step in and be like, no, actually I want this to go this way, and I stand firm on it. But for the most part, honestly, I think it's easier to let a woman lead the household. To be honest with you guys, like letting a woman lead the household and everything like that. Even how our bills go, she'll tell me, oh, this is how much you have to pay for these bills in the house. I'm like, that's how much I owe for the month. All right, cool, no problem. Like, I don't want to take care of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just being honest. Like, and the men that feel like they gotta be the ones to take care of all of that, more power to you. I'm not knocking it. You know what I mean? Cloud Jones said
you don't really have to take care of it, but I would just say to know how to take care of it.
Hold on. Young Sensation 32 said niggas be insecure deep down.
Bro, they do.
Cloud Jones said I'ma always be the boss. I guess she's the manager.
Always the boss.
She's the manager.
Yo,
I mean,
Cloud is always gonna say some shit, but Cloud is always gonna say some shit. But no, seriously.
I mean, is that completely wrong? Owner, GM, how you want to look at it? That's not a bad way to look at it.
Hold on. What did you say, Black? Say that again. Sit up, Black. Sit up, Black.
The boss, the thing. It could be owner, GM. Yo, first of all, don't talk to me like that.
I wasn't talking to you.
No,
come on. Oh my God. Oh my God. I apologize. I apologize. I wasn't trying to talk to you anyway.
All right.
No, I apologize. There you go.
But he's right. Manager, boss, owner, GM. Like, it's just, that's what you just do. It's like, they're leaders. They're both leaders.
Yeah,
don't get caught up. Don't get caught up. When it comes down to a relationship, y'all, I really don't want y'all to get caught up on who the person leading is and who the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that you really kind of set yourself back a little bit. You kind of, you're stepping on your own foot. It's a question of, listen, is there one vision for this unit? If it's just you and your shorty, or you and your shorty and your child, or you and your shorty and your children, you and your shorty, your children and stepchildren and adopted children, whatever. What is the vision? Is the vision in unison? Because that's how we lead. That's how she leads. That's how I lead. That's how we lead. If we have one cohesive vision. If you guys are, if you're saying I'm the boss or you the manager, but she's arguing with you that, nah, I'm really the boss, but I like you just sometimes manage, like then you're gonna always have, it's gonna be, I don't know, it's just not gonna be cohesive. That's the way I feel it.
R. Reed said, "I believe more in a partnership than a relationship." Could you expound upon that, R. Reed? Like, let us know what you mean by that. Also, I genuinely feel that that statement by Natasha Rodriguez, that the man's the head and she's the neck. I mean, without the neck, you know what I mean? Without the neck, the head can't do anything that he needs to do. So it does support the man as Cheryl Underwood stated, you know what I mean? So that's what a woman did. That's what a woman support. Yeah.
Y'all ain't watch Power Rangers? It was just a talking head, but he was the leader, bro. Yeah, I mean,
but all he can do is talk, though.
All he can do is talk, but he ran the Power Rangers, bro.
Nah.
He ran the whole shit.
Yeah, you remember the episode when the ooze nigga got into the layer? And he fucked Zordon up.
Yeah, fuck Zordon up.
When the ooze nigga got in there, he fucked Zordon up.
What's it called?
I agree. A woman could be the neck, but bro, the head alone still holds a whole lot of weight.
You don't need a neck to think or speak. You need a neck to think or speak because that's where your central nervous system is connected to the rest of your body. Yeah, your spine is in your neck. Y'all tripping right now.
You don't need a neck to think.
So now Richard's bringing.
Y'all tripping right now. Don't be bringing this red pill bullshit in here. Listen.
Your medulla gland is located in the part of your neck.
Listen. All right, check it out. I got one more topic before we wrap it up. It's 8:58, and we do want to keep it tight. I wanted to talk about. I wanted to ask a question, and I want all the women in the chat to please respond to this. Fellas, same thing. Is it disrespectful to your partner to while you're in a relationship, clearly because you have a partner, is it disrespectful to your partner to still engage in guy talk and sending videos and stuff like that from Instagram to your friends in group chats? Is it disrespectful? Like, say you're a girl and you're a Michael B. Jordan fan and he has some photo shoot with his shirt off. Is it disrespectful to your partner to send those photos to your homegirls in the group chat? Or if, like, for men, if a man sees a video of like a girl twerking on Instagram, doesn't holler at the girl, doesn't comment nothing, but sends it to his boys, it's like, yo, check this out. Like, oh shit, is that disrespectful?
You want me to go first?
Go ahead, Black.
That is 100% not disrespectful. That is guy code. That's our guy chats. If he's not acting upon it, and he's just literally sending it to his friends, that's just dudes being dudes, man. I don't think that's not disrespectful to your relationship. I don't think it's cheating. Like when you get into a relationship, the world does not become ugly. Like every woman's body doesn't become weak to you, and if they don't become ugly to you, it's impossible. You still see pretty as long as you're not acting upon it, and you just send it in the group chat like, yo, look at this, my nigga. Like, it's not. I don't think that that's cheating.
Jerry, what about you? Well, before we ask you, Jerry, Young Sensation 32 said, "No, that's my silence. Gotta show the homie the fish is in the sea."
I'm saying, like,
Pegan said, "That ain't your business." He goes, "Hell nah. Only if it spills into real life." You he said you actually become more appealing. What do you mean by that, Pegan? Jerry, go ahead. Your answer.
Listen, man, I agree with Black. I feel like it is ridiculous to think that because you are, fraternizing with your boys or your friends and sending videos. Again, as long as this is not someone you know, I feel like it can't. It kind of gets a little iffy if it's even somebody you used to mess with or someone you personally. But if it's, listen, my wife watched this show called Alex Cross on Prime just to watch the actor, bro. She loved the show, but she was him at me in the spine, and I'm just like, yo, bro. But at the same time, there's a whole lot of whenever titty pops out in the show we're watching, I'm like, yes, ma'am. I'm like, listen, yes, let's do this. Like
today's.
I won. But no, it's just I feel like as long as, like Pegan said, as long as this is not spilling into your actual life, as long as you're not, sliding into DMs, you just got to be careful with not putting this as a thing that you're really trying to pursue. But yeah, man, go ahead, send videos, send pictures. No homemade videos, but send them, man. Let them know.
Homemade videos would clearly mean that something's off in the relationship.
That's crazy. Homemade video.
Because if it's a homemade video, if you're not cheating, it would be with your partner. That's crazy.
Listen, man. Some dude thinks that's okay. Listen. I've been a part of some weird chats where I'm just like, bro, why would you send this of your shorty? This is insane.
Yeah.
But
I had a friend of mine who's Greek do something like that. He showed me pictures of his shorty and like cleavage, and I'm like, I don't want to see this. Like,
I don't. Why you?
But now, I want to say this. In regards to that, I genuinely feel like, how did you see your partner's group chat in the first place? Because that alone shows that you're in a place of distrust, that you're even trying to see your partner's group chats in the first place. Am I wrong, or for what reason were you in your partner's phone or in their group chat or anything? Were you searching? Was it by accident, a message showed up when you were looking up a restaurant or something like that? Because why were you in your partner's phone? And if you're in your partner's phone, was it because of distrust? Because if it's because of distrust, then that could also answer your reasoning as to why you may feel a way about those videos, right? Cody McCallum said that took a crazy turn.
I was thinking that too, but I was gonna let you cook.
Yo,
but am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I was letting you cook.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong right now. Tell me if I'm wrong. And tell me if I'm wrong.
Nah, you're not all the way wrong, but it was still a crazy turn.
He said, nah, that took a crazy turn.
I'm just more so saying I think it's a sign of distrust in the first place that you're checking your partner's group chats with their friends. You know what I mean?
But if you look on social media, they tell you if you want to find out what's really going on with your shorty, look in the friend group chat.
You gotta. I would never.
They say to you though.
But Jerry, do you partake in looking in your shorty's phone for anything? Black, do you?
No.
There you go. So the people who gave that advice to do such a thing in the first place, they got trust issues in they goddamn self.
100%.
Bro, I tell my wife all the time. I'm like, if she cheating on me, it's gonna have to be the guy coming up to my house and saying, "Yo, I'm here for my girlfriend," because I'm not to her phone, bro. bro. I'm never looking through her. I
think I'm knocking on the door like,
I'm here for my shorty. What? Oh, word?
Pegan said, I look away when my shorty puts her code in.
Pegan be like, no, I don't want it.
Bro, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I know, listen, I've heard what women talk about. I had sisters. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm all the way good.
Well, see, I don't even want to give that portrayal of I don't want to go through my shorty's phone because I'm so worried about what I'm going to see. I don't even want to give that portrayal. I don't have that fear in me at all. I just don't. Right. I don't care. Like if I had suspicions, I would low key first. Not even low key. I would first confront her. You know what I mean, and ask her about it. Then if I still felt those suspicions afterwards, then I would probably be doing some sleuth shit, trying to get into her phone. You know what I mean? But I'm just being honest, like because everybody wants to be validated or vindicated in their thoughts if they feel like something's off. Am I right or wrong in that?
Like, babe, you have a missed call from Big Dick Don? Is
First, if your girlfriend got her side nigga as Big Dick Don in her phone, you need to move on.
Your shorty got her side nigga saved as potential spam.
Yeah. Scam likely.
Scam likely. Oh my god. Yo, Scam likely sent you a text message real quick. Yo, like what?
That's crazy. What's it called? Peggy said, if you looking, you for sure will find something off. And I feel like just to speak to that real quick.
That's the thing. I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even say if I'm looking, I'm gonna find something off, bro. Because I feel like, you know, that kind of automatically, you know, that's guilty.
Third leg Charles.
Be proven.
Third leg Charles is nuts.
Yo, that's like basically making your partner guilty before anything else. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, for me, it's like, yo, if that's what it is, if that's what you're doing, then again, you're basically not moving along the path that we have said to each other we want to move on. So that's cool. We're gonna have to rearrange and talk about it, but or you know, figure out another way to do this. But if you're doing what you're doing, go ahead and do it, because you obviously not on the same page as I am, and you know, I mean, we just gonna have to deal with that when it comes along, bro. But I'm telling you, if my wife ever cheats on me, it's gonna have to be like, I have to see this person come up to me and tell me I'm in love with your wife, because I won't ever know, bro. I just don't check phones. I don't.
Cortisha McCallum says, LMFAO, if that's his name, that's not your shorty. That's a fact. But
that's a fact.
But Cortisha, I want to ask you, do you feel like it's disrespectful if your man is in his chat talking to his boys about and like say did a video of like some supermodel twerking and your man sent it to his group chat with his boys? Is he being disrespectful to you?
That's the question. That's the question, y'all. I'm loving it. Listen, I'm loving the chat. Thank you guys again for basically, engaging with us and having a ball. We do appreciate it. We do enjoy it, man. And of course,
Rich, what did you say? Rich, did you answer?
Did I answer? Boy, I did answer. I said that honestly. How do you even know that?
Yeah, but all right. So answer. Do you feel that it's? How do you?
No, because as you said, like your partner's gonna find other people attractive. Would I like? It goes back to how would I even freaking know? How would I know what's in there? You know what I mean? It goes back to that. But if I did know,
all right. So you see it. You're ordering pizza one day, and when you go to hit the Domino's button, it go pretty girl posse chat come up, and you hit it by accident.
Okay, all right. I hit it by accident. Yeah, I hit the notification by accident. And I see that my shorty sent a picture of. If she sent a picture of a celebrity, I don't care. If she sent a picture of some IG influencer, I don't care. But now, if it's some dude in the hood or something like that, now I care. Now it's like, hold up, that's different. That's different. You know what I mean? Right. Like, if it's
accessible.
I think the accessibility has a lot to do with it, in my opinion. I don't know about you guys. Does the accessibility matter to y'all?
Accessibility, like my ability to get on her phone.
No, their ability to access their crush.
They're crushed, like like he's saying, like if it's like you said, if it's third leg Charlie who live around the corner.
Yeah.
Cody McCallum said it's not a cookie cutter answer. I think you should know your person and know what makes them feel comfortable or not. Ooh, I like that answer. Cortisha McCallum said, no, I personally don't care about that stuff. He's a man at the end of the day. It's not strange if he finds another woman attractive. Huh. Okay.
I like that. I like that. Honestly, the partners who feel like, you should never find anybody else attractive as soon as you're with them that is a red flag all the way for me.
Peggy is stupid.
Oh no, that's a good one. So what if she don't share it in the chat, right? But you just scrolling through Instagram.
Come on, bro.
And you see hard eyes under Michael B. Jordan shit. Like she put mad hard eyes, mad fire shit in the comments under his shit. Like, how would you feel about that?
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, he said, Rich, if it's big pegs, Ella.
Big pegs.
Listen. I mean, if you're commenting, period. That's
going too far.
I think that's going too far. I think you're putting yourself in hot water, with your partner, because it's like, all right, yes, you're with this person, but what? Like, and this couples, you've seen couples where it's like they're in a relationship, but they're very open about, oh, I have the biggest crush on this person right here, this celebrity, I can't wait to meet them. They don't say nothing disrespectful, but I don't know. Like, I know my shorty would never be okay with that. She would never be okay with me saying I had a crush on any celebrity, anything like that. You know what I mean? Just being honest. Like, and
really?
I know, yeah, my shorty's not rocking with that. Like, yeah, she's not rocking with it.
What? So then, in your case, you can't find anybody else attractive then?
No, I can find other people attractive. I just don't think she cares for me to be discussing it or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Okay. I mean,
yeah. It's not like I can't. She's not.
I'm still safe in my dreams.
I personally think that, like, she's not I personally feel like she's not locking me away from being attracted to other people. I just think that she would find it off if I was like, say I was on live right now and I was like, oh, I got the biggest crush on Halle Berry, and Halle Berry doesn't look anything like my shorty. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like,
my wife knows that's probably the only person I contemplated on. I mean, like, that's one of the only ones.
That's your celebrity crush, Halle Berry?
Halle Berry? No, not really. It's more Nia Long. But it's like, I would say, like, I joke around with my wife all the time off to the strength that there would never be a. But I'm just saying, like, if Nia Long was to walk by, my neck is breaking. I'm catcalling probably for the first time in my life. I've never like I'm gonna lose myself.
Hold on. Young Sensation 32 said, you go through your girl phone and find out niggas ain't replying. That's the worst. That's worse than cheating.
Niggas ain't replying. First, I'm gonna be like, you don't get no niggas. Like, get out of here. Like,
you start contemplating your choices. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna look at you different. Like,
ugly short.
Yeah, Cortisha McCallum said, yeah, if it's somebody local, that changes things. Finding someone attractive is one thing. Lusting over a person you have access to is different. Yeah, I think that does matter. That does definitely matter. And by the way, that whole
Cloud Jones is terrified. Wait, what are you terrified of, Cloud Jones? I'm so lost.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm terrified.
He'll bring it back. Well, go ahead, Rich. What you saying?
I was definitely that guy that got caught up one time in bad people's messages and they weren't replying, and got me. That was definitely, yo, Black. You remember that? You remember that?
Yo, that had to hurt, bro. That had to hurt.
It hurt what she did. It hurt what my ex did to me, because I ended up with like bruises. But like, she went through my phone.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, she went through my phone. She went through my phone and went through like,
Hey.
Huh?
What you doing? Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Matt Hayes from Mad Lord.
Damn.
That was early 20s though. Early 20s. You remember that, Black? Yeah.
Facebook killer.
Yeah, Facebook killer.
Bro, if I say
I forgot about it until you just brought it back up.
Nothing, I take that on the chin. Take that as a loss. I'm out.
What you doing? Yeah, nah, definitely.
What you doing?
Lowercase, uppercase.
Yo, that is yo.
Oh man.
Yeah. Nasty.
Oh my god.
Nah, but anyway, y'all. Please, for everybody in here, make sure you drop a like, not in the chat, but on the outside of the video. On another note, we do appreciate y'all coming by, stopping by, and joining us for the show. I think we got things together now. The stream is pretty clear. We're gonna keep rocking out. We wanna start getting guests into the live soon. That's the time you got kicked up. No, that's not the time I got kicked up. That's the second time I got.
A whole different time. Richard got beat by like 3 or 4 of his girlfriends.
Nah, that's not you. That's not you. Two. Just two.
He was always in abusive relationships.
His shorty's watching, y'all. Come on now.
What? I mean, these are old stories. These are old stories.
Yeah.
Yo, your girl gonna start looking at you different. Like, damn, bro, you was that thirsty, nigga? Yo, fuck.
Anyway, what was I gonna say? Please, if y'all have any topics that you guys want us to discuss, shoot us a DM on Instagram or even message. You could write us in the comments of this video. And yeah, Jerry, you got anything you want to say? Black, you got anything you want to say?
Nah, peace, love, and hair grease.
Yeah, man. Listen, masterminds create safe spaces for your partners, man. You know, ask them, tell them, hey, listen, I want you to let it go, let go. Tell me everything. You know what I mean? Make sure you verbalize. You know, make sure they're comfortable. That's it. You know what I'm saying,
yeah.
Peace, love,
and happiness. All right, y'all.